Thank you for joining us for our Veterans Day ceremony as we remember all the men and women who have served honorably in the United States military during times of war and peace.
Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Every day, many of us think about our family, friends, and loved ones who are serving in the military, now or in the past. But today we set aside this special day to truly honor these fine men and women and consider their sacrifices they have made in order to keep us safe and free.
Many of them have found themselves far from home in strange and foreign lands, away from their families and friends. At times it may seem to them that they have been forgotten by the very people they serve and protect. So today we would like to send the message to our soldiers and veterans that you are never far from our minds and you are always deep in our hearts.
All the names and faces of those who served with pride. We are there to reflection as we stand side by side. And let us come together and sing in harmony. This is the time to remember, a time to remember, a time to remember. We remember them all, we shall never forget, we will live on and yet. This is the time, this is the time to remember them all. My country, dear rose, we all do our part. Here's stand together with a hand on our heart. We want to tell them thank you for helping us live free. This is the time to remember, a time to remember, a time to remember. We remember them all, we shall never forget, we will live on and yet. This is the time, this is the time to remember them all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. A time to remember, a time to remember. We remember them all, we shall never forget, we will live on and yet. This is the time, this is the time to remember them all. We remember them all.
We would like to tell you the story of Veterans Day and how it came to be. 35 countries fought in World War I. They fought for 5 years, from 1914 to 1918. Although reluctant to do so, America entered the war in 1917.
At the end of World War I, when the country stopped fighting, the leaders signed an armistice. The armistice meant that the war was over. The armistice was signed at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
November 11th was set aside as Armistice Day in the United States to remember the sacrifices that men and women made during World War I. On Armistice Day, soldiers who survived the war marched in a parade through their hometowns. There were many speeches given and ceremonies held to offer thanks for the peace the soldiers had won.
In 1938, Congress voted Armistice Day a federal holiday, soon after the United States entered World War II following an attack on Pearl Harbor. The war went on from 1941 until 1945. During the war, over 16 million Americans served in the military.
In the years that followed World War II, Americans continued to observe Armistice Day on November 11th in recognition of those who fought for peace. In 1953, townspeople in Emporia, Kansas, called the holiday Veterans Day. Later, a bill was passed that officially changed the name of the holiday to Veterans Day.
Since World War I and World War II, the United States has been involved in other wars like the Korean War and the Vietnam War, the Persian Gulf War, the Operation Iraqi Freedom, and the Operation Enduring Freedom. In Afghanistan, many men and women have served our country and continue to do. In fact, more than 41 million Americans have served in the military during times of war and peace since 1776.
At this time, we would like to show our appreciation for sacrifices made by so many and salute the armed forces by singing a medley of the armed forces songs.
First to fight for the right and to build a nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on
The flag of the United States of America stands as a symbol of all that the soldiers and veterans have fought to protect.
The white stripes stand for purity and innocence of the American ideal. The red stands for hardiness and valor exemplified by our soldiers and veterans.
The blue stands for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. That is the very heart of our nation. Put them all together and they become the very symbol of America.
America is our home and the land we love, the land that our veterans have fought and sometimes died for. Today, we celebrate America and the flag that reminds us of all we are and all we work to be.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. But should all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. 50 stars in a field of blue, marching down the avenue. One by one we hold our banner high up in the sky. There's 13 stripes of red and white, you'll never see a finer sight. Even if you live to be 142, woo! Proud to be an American, father, mother, daughter, son. But hold on, there's always room for everyone. The red, the white, the blue, alright, I just love that grand old flag. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, and there's never a boast or brag. But should all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
One of the most difficult challenges for our soldiers and veterans is time they spend away from their families and loved ones.
From the time of the Revolutionary War to the battles of today, our soldiers have risked their lives storming dangerous beaches and sandy deserts.
They have found themselves in steamy jungles on frigid tundra, far from the comfort and warmth of the country and home they know and love.
We will now sing a song dedicated to recognizing our veterans called We Honor You. While we sing this song, please watch the slideshow which features veterans who are family members of the students, faculty, and staff members of John F. Kennedy School.
We honor you for sacrifices made, for courage you displayed. We honor you, we
As our ceremony comes to an end, we want to promise that we will do our best to honor the sacrifices of our veterans. The spirit of America that our nation's veterans have served to protect is alive in each and every one of us.
This great country, this great land, all together now we stand, proud and strong, straight and tall, Americans one and all. Every dreamer needs a son, shares one hope for everyone. All live free, great and strong, Americans one and all. The spirit of America, the spirit of America, the spirit of America is alive in me. The spirit of America, the spirit of America, the spirit of America. America is alive in me. This great country, this great land, all together now we stand, proud and strong, straight and tall, Americans one and